Thank you for inviting me to this very historical day. First of all, happy International Women's Day to all of us, to all of you. I think before I come to myself, I think it is important for me to say that we should celebrate what Iranian women have done to all of us and to all and the tough challenge you have given to the regime, Iranian regime. I think it is very important that we celebrate that. I am Joginder Bains, and I'm a member of Indian Work Association, member of Derby branch. Indian Work Association, I think most of you probably do know, it was formalized in 1938. It is the longest serving organization of the minority communities. Nearly 85 years. It will be 85 years this year. And ever since it was formalized, the Indian Work Association have been working for injustice, discrimination, and for equalities. And they still are doing so. I have been honored to serve as a general secretary of the organization until last year. I served as a national general secretary of the organization until last October. And I am proud. I'm proud of IWA. I'm proud of the work IWA has done so far in the 85 years, and there is a lot more to be done. And I'm sure we will continue that work until we have achieved the equality. The women's issues, regardless of what IWA does. IWA does wonderful work, but also I feel that for me personally, the women's issues, women liberation is very, very close to my heart. And that is why I am here celebrating International Women's Day with you. So thank you for inviting me to this this event. I actually want to speak on the issues near the home. I spoke to Naveed about it. What the new colonial British government has done to Asian women since the 50s, and especially in 1979, I would not go into it, and that event we call virginity testing. And that I think we need to know more about it. And that was my aim, but I have been asked to speak about what happens in India. Before we go into that, I feel it is important for me to say that the women's conditions, women's issues, women's situation in Modi's India is not unique. It is not that it suddenly happened because Modi came to power. No, it was women's socioeconomic conditions were not much better before. The only difference is that since the BJP government came to power, there are some added pressures women have to face. And those added pressures are pressures. Also, I want to say that what I'm going to talk about India is not unique to India either. It happens everywhere. It happens universally. Women are suffering inequalities, abuse, sexual harassment, sexual abuse, rape, and so on, and also economic downturn. Women are affected by more than any other. The main enemy, in my opinion, is the patriarchy. Patriarchy function everywhere, universally in every country. I was asked by somebody, a friend, who said, Joginder, will you write about India? Indian patriarchy? And I said, my friend, what is that? What is Indian patriarchy? There is no there is no patriarchy that is Indian or British or whatever. Patriarchy is patriarchy. And that suppress women, that oppress women, and that is how we should be seeing patriarchy. Not as in India it is different to in Britain. On what is happening in India since BJP came to power, on the face of it, BJP portray as a savior of women and girls, and propagate the slogan called Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, which means that save the daughters and educate the daughters. But in actual fact, in contrast to what the slogan says, they want to reintroduce Manusmriti. The Manusmriti that has been rejected by our constitution, it has been buried by our Indian society long ago, and they want to reintroduce that. Manusmriti is a smriti that take away all the human rights from women and from the Dalit community. They are commodified, they are seen as a body, that body can be oppressed and exploited. And you will be surprised, I mean, nobody can surprise what BJP and the Modi can do, but recently they have created a job, special job, to teach Manusmriti in Varanasi University. And that Varanasi is a constituency of Modi. So that tells a lot. Hindutva-based BJP government controls what women wear, who they associate with, who they marry. The laws such as love jihad and dress code in some states like UP and Karnataka have taken away females' liberty and fundamental human rights. In last year, 2020, while at the celebration of Independence Day, Delhi, at the Red Fort, Prime Minister Modi proudly announced how he protects female dignity and privacy. Exactly at the same time, in his home state, Gujarat, 11 convicts who killed 14 members of Bilkis Banu's family, including her 2-year-old daughter, and gang raped her. She was pregnant and she lost her baby as a consequence. Not only they were released, their release was celebrated. Their release was celebrated by flower garlands. That is a sign of respect. Their feet were touched. That is another sign of respect. Sweets were distributed, a sign of celebration. The action was religionized. They were said that they were Sanatan Brahmins, the highest caste, and they cannot do wrong. And that's how they have been portrayed. Similarly, only last week, 4 convicts of rape at Hathras have been acquitted, and they are classed as innocent. Comrades and friends, the difference between the current regime, as I said, that it is not unique to BJP only. This regime and the previous ones is that this regime protects the criminals. And we have that, as we have seen at Bilkis Bano's case and the gang rape victims and thousands others. And this regime politicizes and criminalizes the crime committed and promotes the vigilante groups. In India, male and female ratio is widening. 2.6 million girl children have been killed between 2015 and 21. Government's own figures show in 2018 that 63 million women are missing from the Indian population. Tens of thousands of women become victims of dowry practice. That is a gift given by the colonial masters. Comrades, violence against women is universal and is increasing, and so is in Britain as well. Fine, thank you. All is not doom and gloom. Indian women are not weak, they are not meek, they are not docile. And we have witnessed the biggest protest against Delhi gang rape in 2016. They risked their lives to condemn and protest Gujarat genocide. Shaheen Bagh women, I salute them for their courage to challenge Modi government in 2019 and 2020. Women played a shining role in the farmers' movement, and finally Modi had to kneel down to the public pressure. Indian Work Association are rising in every field of life. They are better at sport, education, science, technology, and going into space and much more. Finally, I salute all those women. I salute the women who have given a tough challenge to the Hindu Rashtra regime. I salute women of Shaheen Bagh. I salute Indian female farmers. Thank you, comrades. Thank you.